Hello and a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world, and welcome to today's Postgrad Insights session. Today we're joined by the University of Liverpool, should I say, online programs. We're going to talk about a few of the online programs that are being showcased at the University of Liverpool, but more importantly, some of the services that are also at the university whilst you're studying online. Reminder that today's session is live. If you are watching on demand, there is no Q&A, there is no live chat, so please pop your questions to webinars@postgradsolutions.com. And if you are watching on Zoom today or you're watching on social media, please pop your questions in the chat or Q&A facility, depending on what you're watching. But for now, I'd like to hand you over to Tom. He's going to be taking you through the next 40 minutes, and I'll be back for the Q&A towards the end. Tom, over to you.
Thanks, Gareth, and hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Tom, and I'm a senior marketing executive with the University of Liverpool Online. I'm just going to give a brief overview of the webinar before passing on to our speakers. As Gareth said, if you do have any questions throughout, then please feel free to ask them, and we'll do our best to get to those at the end. So let's get started. Just introducing our speakers today, we're joined by Ida Kemp, who's Deputy Academic Director with the University of Liverpool, Megan Barker, who is a Student Support Advisor, and Reevy Barnes, who is an Admissions Advisor. So today we'll be covering the postgraduate programs that we offer at the University of Liverpool Online. We'll then move on to the student support offered during the online study experience, and then we'll move on to the admissions and enrolment process and have a live Q&A session at the end of the presentation. So just a bit about the University of Liverpool. It's a well-respected UK university. It's a founder member of the Russell Group, which is a group representing the top 24 universities in the UK, and it has strengths in many areas, including health, computer science, and management. The university has a significant number of international students, many of which are online, and is associated with 9 Nobel laureates, as well as being ranked in the top 200 universities worldwide. The university has been delivering online programs since the year 2000, and we were also recently rated gold in the Times Higher Education Online Learning Rankings for 2024. The postgraduate programs offered by the university are designed to work around you as a part-time postgraduate student and also likely an international student, although we do have many UK-based students taking our courses too. You'll have the opportunity to engage with materials in your own time through the virtual learning environment. There are some live sessions, but they are not usually compulsory for you, although they are a good opportunity for you to engage with other students in those sessions. We have a strong student community, and we try to ensure that our online students have a good level of engagement with their fellow students and teaching staff. The course materials developed by the staff are designed for the online environment, and our programs are much more than just a reading list. They are interactive and challenging, but there is also a high level of support from academics and the student support team to ensure that students are successful during their studies. I'll now pass over to Ida, who will talk about the programs that we offer.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming today. I wanted to talk today about the programs that we offer, but also to give you a bit more context about the online provision. Our courses are designed to work around your professional and personal commitments. There is no requirement to attend campus events, and our students are located across the globe in over 100 countries, including Algeria, Kenya, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Canada, the USA, South Africa, Tunisia, and the UK. There are students of all ages, and those who are just starting their careers and those who are more established and looking to keep up to date with the latest developments in the respective areas. The lecturers are all experienced. We recruit lecturers with master's level teaching experience, and many have a strong research portfolio as well as industrial experience. We support the lecturing colleagues closely and have a close working relationship. Postgraduate student study includes a strong emphasis on peer learning as well. So you will also be expected to share knowledge and experience with the other students on your program. We try to ensure that even though you are online, you are part of a larger community of learning and shared experience. There is a team of people who work together to make sure that the academic materials are at a very high standard. We have experienced academic faculty within Kaplan who work closely with our colleagues in Liverpool, and we also use our experience in delivering online materials to match their academic knowledge and expertise to the best outcome. Our academic teams either already have or are currently undertaking a formal higher education teaching fellowship, and we work together to ensure that you, as students, are offered the best tuition in a supportive and flexible learning environment. I help to look after the recruitment of the lecturing and dissertation academic team, and I can assure you that we have rigorous and comprehensive process for recruiting individuals who have an excellent subject knowledge, but are also committed to teaching and supporting students in the online environment. Many of my teaching colleagues already have lead modules online, and all of them need to demonstrate their aptitude and experience for teaching in a higher education environment. We attract an international cohort of lecturers, which enhances the experience for the students. Could I have the next slide, please? So I'm going to start with our management programs, and they are among our most popular. All the programs except the MBA are open to you if you don't have a previous management experience. The MBA requires you to already be working in an organization at a middle to senior level, but that means that your student peers will bring their experiences with them to the learning process. Most of the program titles speak for themselves, and our admissions team can provide more information about the details. Unlike any other management programs you might find from other providers, these programs are very focused. You may find other suites of programs share generic modules across programs, but this approach is very limited with our provision. The digital marketing, the international human resource management, and the management programs share 4 modules, one of which is the research methods module. But otherwise, almost all the other modules are for the particular program only. That also means that the other students on the course are focused on the same topics. Finance and investment management, MBA, project management, and healthcare leadership all have dedicated program-specific modules, and we encourage students to develop an online community of learning by progressing through the programs together. The management school at Liverpool is triple accredited by AMBA, the Association for MBAs, ASCSB, the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, and ECIS, the European Foundation for Management Development Accreditation. There are limited synchronous activities across the programs, although the MBA includes attendance of particular events in line with AMBA accreditation. Our admissions team can tell you more. Formal examinations are very limited, and most programs do not have any examinations. The written coursework assessments are designed to be authentic and applicable to your job immediately. It is a great opportunity to get independent feedback from experienced lecturers on your ideas and progress, which may not be available in your own professional context. Students are encouraged to push their own boundaries in a relatively safe environment where discussion, sharing ideas and experience, and exploration are fundamental qualities of the program. Could I have the next slide, please? I'd like to talk now about the computer science programs. The online computer science programs were first accredited fully online programs in the UK, which was confirmed in 2001. The programs are all accredited by the British Computer Society or the Chartered Institute for IT. This means that the programs meet international standards and benchmarks for quality, and the programs are regularly reviewed and enhanced in line with the changing landscape and expectations within this rapidly developing field. We have 6 computers MSc programs. 4 of these are conversion programs, which do not require a computer science degree or experience. These programs are carefully structured to guide your learning so you have the best chance of success. But they also offer some limited options with the curriculum, so you are able to pursue your own interests. The artificial intelligence and the big data analytics are the advanced programs and are best suited for students with a computer science background. Our admissions team can offer advice on which programs are best for you. Many of the modules are shared across the programs as students progress through the curriculum, however. Group work is an important element which is required for the accreditation purposes, but also fosters a community of students who learn from each other. Our students are working professionals, and some of them work for the industry giants such as Amazon, Disney, NVIDIA, or Microsoft. Our focus is on both theory and practice, with the research component inherent to master level programs. Our modules cover a broad spectrum of recent trends in computer science, including generative artificial intelligence and relevant natural language processing and deep learning modules. Modules are continually reviewed and refreshed and updated when required, based on faculty and student feedback, as well as developments within the field. Next slide, please. These are our academic practice programs and are designed for individuals who work in the higher education sector as well as those who wish to enhance their learning and teaching skills, understanding, and knowledge in preparation for leading in adult education or other training contexts. The program explores theoretical issues related to learning and teaching and includes some practical elements which would develop experience. There is a focus on how curriculum can be successfully designed to best support learning, how to design appropriate assessments which measure learning, and ways to provide suitable feedback to individuals, as well as actions that best support a group of learners to achieve the learning objectives. There are two pathways, one which is accredited by the UK Advanced HE, formerly known as the UK Higher Education Academy, and one which is designed for people who wish to learn more, but may not find themselves in a lead teaching role at the moment. The accredited programme, Pathway 2, also includes the award of Fellowship of the Higher Education Academy. Students on the non-accredited pathway, Pathway 1, may also apply for the fellowship, but this is currently a separate process. There is a large emphasis on peer learning and support in these programs. Indeed, the lecturers themselves on the program usually act more as facilitators, leading participants and sharing their knowledge and experience and encouraging the participant cohort to do the same. There is a strong international and global vision which underpins the materials presented to participants, and the different perspectives add value to the discussions. Next slide, please. We have one program in law, and the LLM in International Business Law is an exciting opportunity to enhance students' curriculum vitae, resume, or experience in a new direction, or to extend their current experience in law by adding a business perspective. This program is ideal if students work in a national or international corporate setting. Our aim is to work in one at a more senior level, as well as those involved in government or regulatory roles. It provides you with a strong disciplinary and critical analysis skills that are essential in modern business settings. The individuals who take this program are looking to ensure that they are well placed for promotion and senior level positions. The program accepts students from a range of disciplinary backgrounds, and previous academic experience in law is not required, although there are law graduates on the program, and the syllabus is designed to ensure that they benefit from the business perspectives that are critical to promotion. The LLM program is deeply focused on employability, and it is structured to provide students with practical, real-world legal skills that are directly applicable to the demands of the international business landscape. The program places a significant emphasis on developing students' critical and analytical skills, and the curriculum is designed to challenge students to think deeply about the current legal business law frameworks and develop their own problem-solving skills. The program is highly interactive, fostering engagement through discussions, debates, case studies, and problem-solving exercises. Next slide, please. You might notice that we featured two programs under the health slide, the Healthcare Leadership and the Master's Public Health. You may also have noticed that the Healthcare Leadership is featured on the management list. That is because it is designed for individuals working in the healthcare field who are looking to augment their skills in management, leadership, and innovation in healthcare services. For public health, pandemics, natural disasters, and the rise in health problems are just some of the reasons why public health is of increasing importance across the world. And as a result of these issues, there is an increasing need for a skilled and qualified public health workforce. The online Master of Public Health at the University of Liverpool can be studied as a general pathway, or students can specialise in mental health, international public health, or management of health systems. It is ideal for those who have studied health subjects or who are already working in health services or governmental policy and planning roles at all levels. The online Masters in Public Health is aligned to professional standards and provides students with knowledge that can be implemented within a professional context immediately. It is aligned to the World Health Organization's principles and practices in public health, and it is also closely aligned with the UK Public Health Registrar Specialist standards. It offers excellent preparation for UK students who wish to practice public health at a more senior level in the UK, as well as international students who wish to take best practice elsewhere. We also have very close links with the Royal Society for Public Health, which provide added benefits to students on the programs. The online Masters in Public Health student cohort is our most diverse program, with individuals from many countries with a wide range of experiences. A number of activities involve collaboration with other students, and this fosters a community of learning and experience and leads to international networks and global connections being made, which may extend well beyond the time of the program. Liverpool University, as you may already know, is world-renowned for its expertise in public health. Students will benefit greatly from gaining their Masters in Public Health at such a prestigious and world-class organisation, and will succeed in their studies through the close support of a lecturing team who are experienced professionals and have extensive knowledge in the range of topics which are covered in the syllabus. Next slide, please. Our 3 psychology programs offer students different approaches within this very popular field. We offer postgraduate certificates, postgraduate diplomas, and MSc levels in each of the 3 programs. The first 4 modules of the programs are shared, so there's an opportunity for students to start on one program and then consider changing to one of the other programs if they meet the academic requirements. If students start on a postgraduate certificate and want to progress, we can facilitate progressing to a higher award. All the MSc level awards require students to complete a 60-credit dissertation where they design, conduct, and present their independent research. The Psychology Conversion Program is designed for students who may not have a background in psychology, but wish to enter the field, which may lead to new employment or educational opportunities. It is accredited by the PPS, the British Psychological Society. Upon completion of the course to the required BPS standards, students can apply for graduate basis for the chartered status within the BPS. The mental health and organizational and business psychology programs are not accredited, but offer students a more general psychology experience and are more professionally focused. This dedicated MSc in mental health psychology program helps to guide students' careers by providing students with the key knowledge and foundations found in the field of psychology, which are further developed in key areas of mental health. Students will be able to evaluate patterns in behavior and psychological functioning to recognize the best psychological approaches in relation to these issues. The Organizational and Business Psychology program covers areas of leadership, coaching, and organizational change and talent management. This is aimed at individuals who wish to understand how psychological approaches can be applied in a business environment and how to support individuals within organizations. This course helps students to develop critical awareness and application of psychological theory and principles to a range of real-world workplace and organizational settings. These skills are developed understanding with empowered students to enhance modern-day organizational effectiveness and support employee well-being. Almost all the lecturers are BPS accredited and have PhDs in the relevant fields of knowledge. Next slide, please. Our admissions team can help you decide which program is best for you, and we encourage you to ask any and all questions you have related to the programs when you contact the team. The academic team and the admissions team work very closely together, and we aim to ensure that you make the right decision for your circumstances. All our programs are led by experienced lecturers who have evidence of teaching positions at master's and PhD level, and who may also be actively engaged in cutting-edge research activities. The lecturers are an important part of the learning process and often act as facilitators for your own development, as well as offering individual support when required, through office hours or by arrangement. All the lecturers are honorary faculty with the University of Liverpool. We have a rigorous recruitment process and work closely with our academic teams so that we provide a high level of student satisfaction and academic support. Student feedback demonstrates that our lecturers are highly regarded, knowledgeable, and support students during their learning journey. Each of our behind-the-scenes Kaplan team are academics, and they are subject specialists as well, who support the students in close partnership with faculty within the University of Liverpool. If you have any questions regarding requirements for entry, please do talk with our admissions team, as they are best placed to help you. I wanted to also spend a bit of time showing you the learning platform, just briefly, so that you can see what it would look like if you were to become a student here. So I'm going to try to share my screen a moment. So This is one of our modules that we're offering in public health, and this kind of this will explain how what these look like. So our programs are divided into weeks, and there's a very clear menu where you can see how the programs are set up for you. All of our team have office hours where you can meet with your lecturer by arrangement 2 hours a week. And we also have a form where you can contact the lecturer if you have any questions that you have throughout the module. We have a module resources section where we have our reading list, the grading criteria, and information that is related to the program itself. If we look at the public health, we can see that there are other elements there that will help students. Our landing page gives you information about how to contact your own elements, the modules that you'll be studying, how to contact student services, access to the library, and other things. You will see that my menu has quite a few elements to it because I've had access to other things here. So seminar times are published, and those are given to you. This is from some time ago, but you can see that if there are seminars, it's very clear to see when those seminars take place. And each week is laid out so that you can see what you'll be doing, what you'll be undertaking. These quizzes happen to be just formative, so you can take the quiz and see how you're doing. But every week has activities that will lead you through the program. And if there are any assessments, these are put out too, so that you can see clearly when you need to submit elements and when you need to, what is required for that. So these are all set up. So I'll stop sharing now, but I'm happy to answer any questions towards the end of the program. Thank you very much. I'll now pass to my next colleague.
Hi all, and I'm Megan, one of the student support advisors here at Liverpool, and I'll be taking you through a couple of slides about the support available when studying with us. So at Liverpool, we do have dedicated teams that students can reach out to at any point in their studies for further support. We have these support teams in place to help reassure students and to receive the relevant support throughout their studies to ensure they succeed throughout their programmes, whether that be for any sort of general non-academic queries with student support team, general academic skills support with the study skills team, student welfare and student experience teams as well. Can we move on to the next slide, please? So to start us off, we've got the student support team at Liverpool, so we're always on hand to help students during their studies. We're here to help provide students, help support students from enrolment to graduation. So we can specifically help with non-academic matters, such as if you're experiencing any extenuating circumstances impacting on your ability to study. We appreciate that students experience both highs and lows while studying. So we're happy to meet with students to discuss their options and support available to them further, to reassure them if they're going through an unexpected or difficult time. We can also provide students with further guidance if they feel they are unable to submit an assignment, or we can help look into study choices as well if they're unable to study. So we can help guide students through these options available and go through these step by step if they need to apply for a certain policy or look into a procedure further. We appreciate that our students are studying part-time and online, so we do have these established study breaks in place to help students manage their studies. We can also provide any sort of technical help to do with the online learning platform. So, for instance, if a student's unable to log in or if they're unable to access a certain resource, we can help look into this in the first instance and help resolve this as soon as possible, or refer this to the relevant technical teams to look into further. If students ever have any sort of general questions that they're not too sure about, or they're not sure who they can reach out to, the student support team can help in the first instance and look into any concerns further. In the case that we're unable to help with a query directly, we can also help signpost students to the correct person or department for the most appropriate support as well. Our office hours are from Monday to Thursday from 8:30 till 7 p.m. UK time, and Fridays from 8:30 till 5 p.m. UK time. So students can contact the student support team via email or telephone. And we do also have a live chat support facility, which is available on the learning platform too. Or students may also prefer to book a call in advance with an advisor too, if there's anything a student would like to discuss in further detail. So we can be contacted over a range of different medias, whatever's best. Please do feel free to reach out and we can help support you. And move on to the next slide, please. Thank you. So moving on to the study skills team. So we do also have our study skills team, which can help students with any general academic skill development to ensure that students are in the best place possible to study most efficiently. This can include academic writing, reading and research, referencing, and academic English support as well. We do also have a dedicated English language support study skills advisor that can assist with academic English support aimed at students for whom English may be a second language. The study skills team, they've also put together a wide range of useful academic skills support resources for students to access on the learning platform via a dedicated study skills hub, and this is continually being developed. If students ever do need the extra bit of support with academic skills, the team are also more than welcome to arrange a bespoke one-to-one session, and they regularly put in place study skills workshops too, focusing on specific academic skills that you may wish to develop. They can also be contacted via phone or email, and they're available from Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. UK time. We move on to the next slide, please. Thank you. So moving on, we've also got the student welfare and sort of disability team. So I'd like to assure you that we do have a dedicated disability officer who can help students look at any challenges they may be facing during their studies, and they can put in place reasonable adjustments to ensure they are receiving the relevant support which can help them succeed. Students are welcome to reach out to the team at any point throughout their studies if they feel they would benefit from that extra support as well. We do also have a range of useful resources on the learning platform to assist if students experience any challenging circumstances with their mental health or wellbeing during their studies too. So please do reach out to student support if there's anything we can do to help or further support you. We recognise that we have a duty of care in creating a safe and online environment for all students to undertake their studies, so therefore we do also have safeguarding officers in place that take safeguarding issues really seriously, so students can reach out if they do ever have any concerns. All the information and resources about welfare and disability support are accessible for students on the learning platform at any point during their studies, and students are also encouraged to reach out to the student support team in the first instance if they're not quite sure who to contact, and we can help direct them to the relevant support within this area if they need further information. And move on to the next slide, please. Thank you. So finally, we'll take a look at the student experience team. So they're also here to support students on wider student experience during their studies. So we do have a dedicated student experience officer who can look at students' feedback. So this can include looking at social forums and the module surveys, which they complete when they finish a module, and you can also meet with student representatives too. And these all help to provide invaluable feedback to help develop the overall student experience on each programme. The feedback is taken very seriously and they're passed on to the relevant teams and student councils to discuss ways in which changes can be made to assist the student experience. The student experience team are also there to help look into career opportunities. So on the learning platform, they have also developed a career resources page, which the team have put together to help develop their careers for students. So some of the resources do include practice interviews, recruitment tests, and simulation of real-world business tasks and challenges, and they can provide general support too. Of course, they're also involved with graduations as well. So at the end of your programme, students are invited to attend graduations in person, and the experience team will also value student feedback about the students' overall experience when studying with Liverpool. So yeah, I believe that's all from me, and I'll pass over to Riri from admissions.
Perfect. Thank you, Megan. Hi, I'm Ruby. I'm an admissions advisor for the online programs, and today I'll just be going through the admissions process with you in order to start your student journey. So we'll go to the first slide, please. Thank you. So once you're ready to submit an application with us, you can do this via the website using the link on this slide, and your application should include the following documents. So we would need your ID, a CV, your degree certificates and any translations if necessary, a personal statement of around 300 words, and evidence of English language. So the evidence of English can be in the form of an IELTS or a TOEFL test taken in the last 2 years. If you don't have any English evidence, then we can set you up on a free online English test upon receipt of your application. So not to worry if you don't have a previous test taken. And the next slide, please. So the admissions process usually begins when a student submits an inquiry about the program they're interested in. Once you've submitted an inquiry, you'll be assigned a dedicated admissions advisor who'll answer any questions that you have about the course and make sure you're completely happy before you submit an application with us. It's free to apply, and you can apply through the application form on the website. Once you've applied and all documents have been received and reviewed by admissions, your application will then be ready to submit for review with our Director of Studies, which can usually take up to around 10 working days to receive an outcome on an application. If your outcome is successful, you'll be notified by your admissions advisor with the good news, and you'll be issued an offer letter. And should you accept the offer and pay a deposit to enroll, then you'll be enrolled on the program with us. And the next slide, please. So the tuition fees for the programs do depend on which level you apply for. So for the 25-26 academic year, the PG award will be £2,893. And this will be 5 months in duration. The PG certificate will be £5,786 and 10 months in duration, and the PG diploma will be £11,572 and 20 months in duration. And the next slide, please. In terms of the master's costs, the fees will be £17,357 for the Master of Science and our MPH programme, whereas the MBA will be £23,824. These can also all be paid in monthly instalments, so it will be divided across the duration of your course, or you can choose to pay for the fees upfront if you prefer to do that as well. And the next slide, please. So in terms of the fees and funding, we do have various scholarships available for all of the programs as well. So we currently have a regional scholarship of up to 20% available for international students in eligible countries, and a 20% UK scholarship in place as well if you're living in the UK. There's also a 15% executive scholarship for certain programs. You don't have to apply to any of these scholarships. They will automatically be applied, depending on your country of residence and which program you choose. It will automatically be applied to your offer letter upon receipt. And we also have a 5% upfront payment discount for students who choose to pay for the fees upfront instead of monthly instalments. And University of Liverpool alumni can also receive a 10% alumni discount on the tuition fees. So all of the scholarships can also be found on the fees and discounts pages on the website. And if you'd like to know about any of the scholarships available, or if you have any questions about the fees in particular, then please contact the admissions team via the contact form on the website, or our details are also on the website if you prefer to call in or email as well. And the next slide, please. So in terms of intakes, the next intake is the 7th of October. The deadline is approaching, so the deadline for the October intake would be the 2nd of October. We also do have various intakes for 2026, which you can view on this slide. In terms of the 17th of March intake, this is listed just for the management and psychology programme. So you can apply up to a week before the start date, and all applications for intakes are open now. If you have any questions before you apply, please do feel free to contact our admissions team. We have a live chat, we have email, you can give us a call, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have before you apply. And I'll just pass back over to Tom now, I believe, for the Q&A section.
Thank you, Reeve. We really appreciate that. At this stage, I'm going to ask a few questions that have that've been asked already. And either Tom, Megan, and Reeve, if you'd like to come back on. I'm going to start with, I thought there was a really interesting question in the chat, and you might have seen it, was I studied many years ago in China. Can I still apply for my postgraduate course now? What I'm probably guessing the students getting at, the potential students getting at, is does age matter? Do circumstances matter? Is that the flexibility of an online course? Ida, if I can start with you on this one, please.
Sure. Yeah, we would welcome an application because our programs are professionally focused. The expertise and the experience that you've had in the meantime will be really valuable to your current studies. So absolutely, we would consider an application from someone who hasn't taken something before.
Yeah, and
Sure.
Megan, from a kind of an accessibility and help perspective, whilst at the university, you must see this all the time. Obviously, it's an evolving amount of mature students now joining universities, especially online learning. What help is there for students if they are struggling, or perhaps they might have children and they're not sure if they can cope with the mannerisms of the course and how difficult it can be?
I'm going to ask Megan to step in here first, and then I'll pick up after
Of
Megan, if
course,
that's okay.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, that's a great question. So we do have students across a variety of different ages and sort of different careers, or may have different responsibilities that impact their day to day. So we do have study breaks available. So if you feel that you need to take a longer break between modules, we do offer that. We do also have sort of extenuating circumstances policies in place as well. So if you are in a position where you do experience any circumstances, we can help you look into applying for that as well. And if you want to meet with a student support advisor, we're always happy to book in a call if there's anything you'd like to discuss in more detail. If there's any extra support we can put in place for you, we're on hand as well.
Sure. And Ida, do you want to elaborate further on that one?
Yeah, so everything that Megan said, plus our lecturers and our academic staff are well aware that that we have a wide range of the students are in a big difference in what they come to with the programs. So all our programs, our materials are accessible. We understand that people will come from very different backgrounds, different educational backgrounds, different professional backgrounds, and so that's all taken into account. The office hours available are a good opportunity to talk to lecturers if you have individual questions, but also there's discussion forums, asynchronous discussion forums where you can pose questions, asking other students. There's also a lot of student support, peer support across teams. So there's a lot of structure in place to support students, but then there's also the elements that when students need additional support, the academic team, the student support team, the lecturing team, everybody makes sure that the students can be as successful as possible.
Sure. Reeve, if I can come to you at this point, one of the questions that's always asked, especially when it comes to online programs, is the English language requirement. It's such a tricky one because you're doing it online, and obviously there is help and provision. We all know about the platforms that are available. But what are the required levels? And if they're not up to that level, what can they do and what help is provided by the University of Liverpool Online to get them up to scratch?
Yeah, sure. So the required level is usually 6.5 to 7 IELTS. If the student does fall below that, then we would encourage them to kind of work on their English language proficiency before applying. However, we do have an online KTE test as well, so it is sort of equivalent to an IELTS test. If the student doesn't have an IELTS or a TOEFL, they can take this free online English test once they've applied with us. And we do also have study skills support on the program as well for students in terms of English language if they need any extra help with that.
Okay, and I'm going to point this in your direction again, Reeve, and Ida, Megan, if this is relevant to you, please drop in. I'm going to go for a few here. So, A, can I apply for two programs at once? I think that's quite an important question because there's a lot of people that aren't always 100% sure what's the best course for them. Is that an option?
Yeah, of course. So they can apply for two programs at once if they would like to, but I would really encourage the student to speak with the admissions team first, just so that we can kind of guide them in terms of like they can let us know their career prospects and we can guide them on that. However, if they do want to still apply for two programs, we can send the directors of study the application for both, and then they would have to think about which one they want to choose before they receive an offer.
Of course, yeah. And Ida, if I can just come to you as well, because obviously from a content perspective, programs and courses will be very different, won't they? And it's important that the program is right for them.
Mm. So some of our programs actually have a similar first module as well. So if you were applying for a computer science program, the first module for that program is the same. So that gives you more time to think about which direction you might want to go and talk to your lecturers as well. And it's the same for the psychology programs. The first module is the same. So if those were the two programs you were interested in, then you've got more time to think about it. But yeah, talk to the admissions team. There is scope for changing if you were to start on one. We also have some options in terms of standalone modules now, which might mean a better option for you. You can try some of our early modules to see which are more applicable. But again, there is an opportunity to change, like as there would be for any university. And in the very early days, there is flexibility. But I'm sure the admissions team can tell you a lot more than we can, because they are very experienced in this area.
Excellent. I'm going to keep the questions coming as well. Can I reapply if I wasn't accepted before? Again, I would recommend speaking to the admissions team, but I'm guessing Revi, take the feedback, come back stronger, and see what the feedback is again this time.
Yeah, definitely. So usually if a student is rejected, then they will receive some feedback from the director in terms of what is needed to reapply. So if they say they need some further work experience or they need to improve their English, once they have that, they can reapply with us and we can consider that again.
Okay. Does it show as the University of Liverpool on my CV, even though it's an online program?
No, there's no indication that it's an online program. The programs are delivered online, but they are University of Liverpool programs. The graduation and the certification is exactly as if you were an on-campus student. And in fact, if you happen to be in the UK, you can actually go on campus yourself and use library and other facilities. So yes, it's the other option you have if you are in the UK. There's a university library arrangement where you can go to other university libraries. It's called Sconal. So that's available to you as well. So you're considered a University of Liverpool student. You just happen to be engaging with the provision in a different way.
And I do want to touch on that old age myth, really. I mean, that an online program doesn't have the same standing as a campus-based, because the thing to remember is a lot of on-campus based education now is done online anyway. A lot of students are actually studying in their bedrooms, with the fuss of having to move beforehand as well. But when it comes to CVs, that kind of, they won't accept it. It won't have the same standing, is now gone, isn't it?
It has to a great extent. And the lovely thing about online, which I really, really enjoy, is the student cohort is so diverse. So you will be studying with students from all over the globe, and the perspectives that they bring to the discussion forums, to their own experiences, to the professional aspect, because all the programs that we offer are postgraduate. So there's a lot more discourse amongst the students themselves. So it's really, really enlightening. And I learn something from students every single day because there's such a breadth of experience that comes. So it's a great experience to come on the program. The student feedback is fantastic. Students love the program. Students love the lecturers. We get fantastic students' feedback. So students who are on the programs are really enjoying them.
Yeah, and also from our perspective, it might just be that, also sorry, from a student perspective, it might just be that you're particularly interested in a certain culture, or you're looking for a home from a home. How do you embrace that online? How do you ensure that every student that comes online has that kind of, home from home feel? They're part of a team, they're part of something special, which you would perhaps get on campus.
So all our teams support the international student cohort. So our student support team, our study skills team, the academic team, the lecturers, all have to demonstrate that they understand that we have a diverse student population. And so that's just part of what we offer. As I said, for the public health program, that's our most diverse program, and it's very clear from the collaborative exercises that the students are supposed to bring in their own experiences to help everybody learn. Within healthcare leadership, we have the same. All the perspectives are taken into account in terms of our discussion boards. We have Each of the programs have asynchronous discussion boards where people are encouraged to bring forward their own experiences, comment on each other's experiences, bring in their own perspectives, and that's really an important part of our learning process. So it's really exciting.
Megan, can I ask you to just come in at this point as well? Because there will be many students that will come to you for help and advice and, how, again, how to become part of that team and how to become part of the ethos. What do you see with students when they come to you? What are they most worried about, fearful of, and how do they overcome that?
Yeah, so it's a great question. So yeah, a lot of students have sort of different backgrounds. So one sort of issue that students do come across is just the general sort of technical side of things. So if students aren't used to studying online or haven't experienced that before, we do have a sort of like an induction module and different tutorials and stuff as well to help students get acquainted with the learning platform and understand how this works and how to connect with other students on there as well. So the student support team, we're on hand to support students on that side of things as well to help them adjust with the online learning environment. But once they do start to have a look around, get through the induction module and start accessing that first module as well, they should generally get a feel of how that'll look and feel quite comfortable with their studies.
Excellent. And one final question that's just come in there, Reeve, it's probably towards yourself. The total fees for the course, we've kind of been through that on the presentation and the slide deck already. Um, One thing I do want to emphasize is compared to on-campus education, obviously there's benefits to both. It is relatively inexpensive because as an international student, you've not got the traveling fees, the accommodation fees, all these things that you need to worry about, the cost of living while you're there. How important is that to remember when they're deciding whether to study online or on campus, whether to go to Liverpool online, Liverpool at Liverpool? How important is that?
Yeah, definitely. So I think that it is very important to consider both. I guess for a lot of international students, it is a lot easier to study online, and especially even a lot of students in the UK who have full-time work schedules, we do offer that part-time element. So they can, extend the study across like 24 to 30 months. So they can, do the study while they are working full time. So I think that's a really important thing to consider. In terms of the fees as well, it is inclusive of everything, including like all the ebooks, like the content, the access to the platform. And again, you don't have like the travel fees to travel into the university either. So I guess you've got to consider that element in terms of pricing as well.
Absolutely, you do, yes. Um, One more question has come in as well. Inevitably, it's always going to be a popular theme is can I apply for a fully funded scholarship for graduation? Obviously, you've been through your scholarships and the funding options that are there, but are there any third-party scholarships that one can apply for to help with this?
So I believe there are third-party scholarships in terms of like Student Finance England. Students can apply for a student finance loan for the studies. And then in international countries, I believe they can apply for different loans as well. So USA, they have a few loan options there, and all of the information is on the website as well. So if you just click on the fees and funding section of the website, it should give you a bit more information in terms of the loans. Or if you want to give admissions a call, then we can kind of guide you through your options there.
Super job. Thank you very much. Ida, Megan, Reeve, and Tom in the background as well. Thank you for your time. It's been a great session. Loads of questions, loads of answers as well. So thank you very much. And if anyone has any questions, any concerns, any issues at all, you can see there, you can visit online.liverpool.ac.uk/contact, or you can email webinars at postgradsolutions.com. For now, thank you very much. Ida, Megan, and Reeve, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.